Yeah, Cincinnati in the light tonight. Big booming on the mic. Let it shine bright. November 15th. Yeah, this for the ones who gave it their all. Pussy, yeah.
From the field to the floor, we earned this flow. Every practice, every bruise helped us grow. From bowls and kicks to goals and dreams. Now we step in the light where the spotlight beams. Laced in grace with that urban crown. Young stars from every part of town. Presented by love that believed in our name. On impact and united raised our flame.
This ain't luck, this legacy. We built it strong, now let it be.
From sideline cheers to MVP.
Tonight we stand in victory. On the golden stage we ride. Tears of joy in every eye. From the field to the mic, we claim this pride.
Since the youth we testify.
Dressed in honor, look how far we came. From the struggle to the Hall of Fame. Saturday night, let the city proclaim. We stars now, remember our name. Yeah. To the girls with grace who flipped and flew. And the boys with grit who broke straight through. To the coaches and the parents that stayed in rain. This award's for the hearts that pushed through pain. Cincinnati rules with a skyline dream. Every hustle, every chant built this team. Big boom and got the yeah. It's go time. Cincinnati, we in here. Let's go.
November 16th, mark the date and ball. Where the future's gone, pass popping, cleats in flight. Youth league stars under Friday night lights.
This ain't just a game, it's a showcase. From the west to the east, every squad in place. Reppin' Cincy hard with that hunger in our eyes. On impact raised us, now it's time to rise.
These all-star lights, we were made to shine, shine tonight. Every cheer, every play, feeling right. Cincy kids, hearts full, taking flight.
On the field, in the air, we go high. Cheer girls, lift spirits to the sky.
All-star dreams in our soul, we alive. Let them know this is our time to thrive.
From helmets to balls, we all came to rep. Cincinnati, united, yeah, we're prepped. Turf burn, sweat drops, but we ain't folding. Legacy builds when the city's holding. Shout out to the coaches, the fans in the stands. To the dancers, the hitters with legendary plans. Unity in motion is more than just play. We the future of the game, we the stars of the day.
And when the lights cut on, we gon' bring it up. From kickoff to the whistle, we stand tall. It's our league, our voice, our call. Cincinnati rise, we never fall. Under these all-star lights, we were made to shine tonight. Every cheer, every play, feeling right. Cincy kids, hearts full, taking flight. On the field, in the air, we go high. Cheer girls, lift spirits to the sky. All-star dreams in us, so we alive. Let them know this is our time to thrive.
Presented by the ones who believe in the dream.
So let's stay fit, fine, and healthy using iridology. Welcome to Kalima's Digital Practice. I am Kalima. I offer iridology readings, wellness coaching, education, and accountability to help you reach your health and wellness goals. What is iridology? People keep asking me. Well, let me tell you. Iridology is a non-invasive way to manage weight, stress, and emotional wellness, and so much more through using your left and right iris. As a certified master iridologist, I am educated to read iris patterns, colors, and markings that reflect what's happening inside and outside the body before symptoms even appear. Pretty dope, right? Now, I'm inviting you into my world of iridology where I am accepting new clients, offering a free 15-minute wellness talk to explore your health and wellness goals and guide you to your next steps. Go to kalimasdigitalpractice.com to RSVP. We are HIPAA compliant. Disclaimer: Iridologists do not tell your future. Iridology isn't pseudoscience. Rather, it's backed by data, nature, and historical facts. It's real natural healthcare. Ready to learn more about iridology? Good. Follow me. Let me coach you.
Two. What's up, Cincinnati? Back in the cockpit. Missed y'all a couple weeks. Trying to get everything rescheduled and set up for the fall going into the winter. With the We Not Boxed In podcast, we're up to episode 14 now. We want to welcome everybody again. Appreciate you joining us. Wild week of sports, wild week of entertainment, just a wild week period, man. And it's been hot still too, so hope we've been trying to stay cool throughout the process as we transition into the fall. I'm thinking we're just going to go right into the winter, actually. It's not really going to be a fall because it's still pretty hot out. But we want to kick the show off tonight, man, a little bit differently. You know, there's been some things going on some other sports fronts that we have not been giving a little bit of attention to. But again, we've not been here for the last couple of weeks. So I want to kind of bring you up to speed and get you back up to date with what's really going on out there. You know, we have WNBA playoffs, man. It's really, really hot action. I encourage you, if you have not tuned into any of the WNBA stuff at all, now is a good time to. All right, because you're seeing obviously at this point of the season at any league, you're getting the best because it's the playoffs. What I watched last night with the Minnesota Lynx, with their comeback against Golden State, being 17 points down, was crazy cool. All right, so if you're a basketball fan, check some of this stuff out because there's some great games tonight. Everybody's in elimination mode. Obviously, the Minnesota Lynx took care of Golden State last night. Again, coming back from 17 points down to win the game and end the series, beating again the Golden State Valkyrie. But the interesting thing about the Golden State expansion team is the fact that it's their first, well, they're the first expansion team to make WNBA playoffs. All right, that's the first big story. Second is obviously they have the coach of the year and the most improved player. Amongst that, averaging 18,000 per game. All right. Now, for an expansion WNBA squad to come into the league with this kind of, or build this kind of aura is pretty cool. We've been watching the league the last several years, and wanting it to grow, wanting newer cities to be a part of things, wanting the athletes, skills levels to be elevated. All these things are taking place, man. But again, what I watched with the fan base from Golden State and watching again a great game with a great atmosphere. Came down to the last shot. Golden State had a chance to get a basket at the end, but just couldn't get it to drop. But again, great game. Heck of a series again for Golden State to kind of push the number one seed, Minnesota Lynx, to the brink a little bit and make them obviously play the basketball that's expected of them. Shout out to the Golden State Valkyrie, who's going to be a definite formidable WNBA basketball team here moving forward. Tonight's action, though, I think was already started, which I want to really get into, is this Indiana Fever, who I think everybody kind of wrote them off when they first lost Caitlin. And then, you know, Cunningham goes down late, you know, a couple other people as well, and they kind of wrote them off. Actually, they lost a whole backcourt, and I think at this whole junction, except for one young lady who I think has just kind of shouldered the load, and I think at this point in her career has kind of said, hey, I think y'all forgot about somebody. And we're talking about, again, Princeton's high school's own queen, Kelsey Mitchell, who the other night watched that game as well, put the team on her back. Leah Boston as well did her thing, but Kelsey Mitchell facilitating, running that team, making things happen the way she did, and leading that team to a resounding victory. It ended up being a double-figure victory for Indiana Fever. They ended up winning by 17, 77-60. Kelsey Mitchell, 19 points, 4 assists. And then Aaliyah Boston with 15 points, 5 rebounds. Definitely two of their, you know, big four, I would say that they have, maybe at that Indiana Fever organization, maybe. But again, Kelsey Mitchell, shout out to you. Again, you're putting everybody back on notice, getting them to understand again what got you to the WNBA in the first place, and then secondly, your longevity. There's a reason why you're there still. It's because you can put it down, all right? You keep getting buckets after buckets after buckets. So take notice of Kelsey Mitchell tonight. They're just started at 7:30. Elimination game. Series is tied 1-1. They're in Atlanta tonight. We'll try to get it up here on the TVs as the show is going on. Just try to keep you up to speed as to what's going on if you're not watching at home, or just to give you a score and things like that. But again, the WNBA action, man, is up. The athletes are playing at a very high level, and watching another team last night, Phoenix Mercury, I just caught those highlights, being down 1-0, came back last night with a resounding victory, won by 26 points, going away in this one. And I think this was a momentum-shifting win in this series. And I think New York is in a little bit of trouble. Brianna Stewart and Nescu got to show up. They both are at under double-digit scoring in last night's performance. And again, for this team to be at the level that they're at, if they want to obviously compete for a championship, their two stars obviously have got to show up. But give the Phoenix Mercury a lot of credit defensively, and then putting them on them offensively. I mean, they had 5 women, in double figures. All right, and that's one way to definitely take care of business, is to make sure you can get that many people scoring the basketball. But again, if that many people are scoring, that means the ball is moving. There's a flow going on, and a tidal wave that probably won't be stopped towards the end, so to speak. So the Phoenix Mercury, again, tied the series 1-1. Their next game will be Friday night at 9 p.m. So if you're not doing anything at 9 o'clock Friday night, just chilling, Netflix and all that good stuff, turn on the game because it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm sure Breanna Stewart and Anesky will go down fighting in that last game. Tonight, actually, as well, in the doubleheader, right after the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream, we have the Seattle Storm. And the Seattle Storm playing against Las Vegas Aces, who you know, obviously, second seed in this WNBA playoffs this season. And they have some just unbelievable players out there in Las Vegas. So, but again, not to be outdone, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Abumake, I'm sorry, wrong name, that might be her sister. Taking care of business out there, 21 points, 10 rebounds, all right? Skylar Diggins-Smith, 26 points, 7 assists, all right? A couple other players, double figures, all right? So again, Seattle's very formidable and they're not backing down. Skylar Diggins has been kind of all over social media the last couple of weeks, or I should say the last several months, which is her fiery action. There's been a lot of memes and videos and things like that about her just kind of stepping out of the mainframe. And if you remember Skylar Diggins, she was, didn't show that rough side until the last couple of years. So coming out of the bag with her, man, coming out with a different attitude, she's brought something different to that Seattle Storm team. And they're putting it really, to the Aces the other night, and they came out and won a really tight game, 86-83. Asia Wilson, 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. So that's going to be somebody that they're definitely going to have to throw a net around to get this next victory in a closeout game. Young, 25 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. So again, the Aces got people that can put the ball in the basket, and they are definitely a team that's looking to win a WNBA championship. So it should be an interesting game Friday night, man. I'm excited about it because again, I get a chance to see some really good high-level hoops at this juncture of the year. Which again you want to see pretty much with everybody. Getting into the show, what we're going to get about, get really cranked up. We got the Bengals recap, things like that. We got Cincinnati Reds action. Adrian Broner has made it back into the news. Obviously, he's got a fight coming up. There's been some things circulating online about certain things and stuff like that. So we'll tap into, Adrian. Obviously, he's a hometown kid and things like that. My Cincinnati Bearcats. Got some news about them. Women's basketball. Football, obviously, has got a big game coming up here. Big 12 opener against Kansas. We're going to speak about that. And then we'll close the show out with just a bunch of fun things, obviously, that took place locally. We got our high school game of the week to announce, as well as to recap last week and get into what's probably going to take place this week. Big game here in the city, obviously, with Moeller and St. X taking place over there at West Claremont. Early word on that game is no tickets available. So if you know somebody in the West Claremont area, you can probably watch from their porch or something like that if their stadium is built like that maybe. Other than that, you're not going to see that game until final quarter on Fox 19. Shout out to my mans over there at Fox 19 doing a wonderful job over there with the final quarter show. I've been trying to get on that show so I can get over to the pit or get into one of these historic high school stadiums and check out some really good football action, but then at the same time, find out why their fans are who they are. So I want to take that opportunity to get in there. I know they got another show as well. This is a sports show that comes on as well. I'm trying to tap into y'all, man, over there. So I'm going to hit y'all up soon. This is your boy. You remember me from Nashville. Don't act like you don't know. All right. Helicopter, Melvin Levett. We'll be back soon. We Not Boxed In Podcast.
My superpower is probably patience and encouragement. These days, kids are feeling really inadequate. They're not feeling like they have it in them to do something they've never done before. We need to create a place that was hands-on, that was a fun environment, that allowed kids to be creative and allowed kids a safe place to get it wrong. What drives me are those aha moments, those moments where you see the kid, they get it. And I tell you what, I live for that moment, because when you give them an opportunity to approach it at their level, and then add in sprinklings of the challenge, and they've got to kind of race themselves and maybe other students in order to get there, they're tenacious about it. They're excited about it, and when they achieve it, that is the greatest joy. That is what the Cincy STEM Lab is all about. Our job is about helping them build their confidence. It's about making the learning process different, fun, and very approachable. And STEM and science and tech and engineering and math is becoming a lot less scary to them. The problems that we are facing in the 21st century with climate change and access to electricity and energy, these are the jobs that have the money. We have to have all hands on deck for that type of work. And that is what we are here to do, to expose students, no matter how little money you have to how much money you have, how much you think you know and how much you don't know, and to help build their confidence so that they are ready to step out in STEM and say, here I am, this is exactly where I was supposed to be.
Are we live? Yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop to the beat, y'all. Yeah, I'm back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s with hip hop. Mic check. Clap your hands, everybody. We Not Boxed In podcast. Y'all want us to be y'all game of the week? Y'all can book us. Give us a call. DM us. Y'all see the advertisement fly up on the screen. This week we had two places. We had Purcell versus McNick versus Purcell, and North College Hill versus Western Hills on Impact Network. Remember, y'all, also this is midterm election year. Make sure y'all get out and vote. Our vote does count. We in commercial break, but we here. That was a good game. We live streamed last Friday. Turpin, Winton Woods went down to the wire. That was a good game. West End Sports Bar and Grill be opening real soon, the Old House of Love. Don't forget about the Youth ESPY Awards coming up real soon in November 15th. And then we got the All-Star game that next day for the youth, November 16th. What up, Rick? Is that for the NFL game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to put it on right now.
Yeah, you got that. You got WNBA. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Right now, WNBA.
Yeah. Kelsey Mitchell playing down in Atlanta.
Indiana Fever on.
Yeah. Fever and a Dream.
Yeah, should be on ESPN though. One of them. But actually, I think college football got ESPN, but.
I'm ready when you are. Yeah.
Then you got to just drag. You got to drag so. And then back to the back.
Hey, Rick, turn down one just a little bit. Just a little bit. Feedback. All right.
Good night. Welcome back.
Yes.
Got the partner back in the building. Dante Payne, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I ain't seen you since last Friday.
Yeah, wow, yeah, that's right, that's crazy. Man, yeah, just kind of
Rick was on chains.
pop into that real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
That was a great game,
was
Woodwoods.
good.
And Cincinnati Turpin picked the right game for the game of the week.
Right.
To go out to for one.
Yes.
And then obviously, man, as we talked about during the live cast, the atmosphere was really nice.
Great high school atmosphere.
Pageantry again, as we talk about with the kids being out there, student sections, band, parents, and then the backdrop of the stadium, video board, all that stuff going. The drone flying over. That's the first time I've seen a drone flying over, obviously a high school stadium. So that was a big shout out to whoever, made that happen. But it was just cool to be out, man, that evening, man. It was a nice evening, obviously. And then, Woods put out a really, come to find out, tough game.
Yeah, that was a big game because 2 losses in the ECC kind of knocked you out. Mm-hmm. And both of them was 2-1. So that really was a big game. Early in the season.
Big stop at the end.
Yeah.
Kind of want to assert yourself, obviously. They say defense wins championships, obviously. And you got to get big stops at the end of games. And they got a big 4th down stop. What was it, about on the 1?
Yeah.
1 inch line?
Yeah.
Well, not the 1 inch line, but about the 1 yard line.
Yes.
But it was really close to getting across that goal line, man. But they were able to blow that thing up. So, obviously, again, for the game to go the way it did, both teams hold on, obviously, defensively, put points on the board, and obviously have a chance to win the game at the end. That's what you asked for as a coach. So on both ends, both teams did a really good job of out there competing. But shout out to the Woods Warriors and Chad Murphy and his coaching staff, man. You got another one done. So let's get prepared for this weekend and let's try to get it done again. Diving right into our Bengals action.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Been procrastinating on this one a little bit. Didn't know how, if we should actually even talk about it, because I know
It's a tough one.
the city has been really sick about the
Injury.
the situations that's taking place, man. Obviously with Joe Burrow going down. You got to start thinking about it now, like in a different mindset. I know fans, obviously are upset, and season they think is ruined, and whatever may not go the same just because Burrow is not there. But you still got a pretty good competing football team.
Yeah.
That's got a chance. Got the proverbial monkey off your back. Obviously,
first game, man.
Getting the first 2 wins, that you've haven't gotten. So there's some things that you can draw from that, and kind of give yourself a little bit more motivation and inspiration to play through what has transpired and what has happened.
Agreed.
Now, for Joe Burrow, again, being the athlete that he is, and then obviously getting to know the type of person that he is, you got to be sick for him. Your team is, not what, you want him to be, but for him, man, to be going through what he's going through again.
Right,
Personally.
Yeah.
You got to kind of put your feelings towards that a little bit, because now, man, it's like, what is his third surgery or something like that?
Yeah,
And again, you talk about, the healing process and, he's young and this and that, but you play in a sport like football, which is a grueling sport. It takes a toll on your body.
It definitely takes a toll on your body.
To play at a high level like you want him to play at a high level, the dude needs to be healthy, man.
Yes.
It needs to be really healthy. And this injury, I don't think a lot of people really understand. Do your homework on it, because it's an injury that is just one of those bugs, man. It's one of those bothersome things. You don't rest it or you don't take care of it surgically, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, turf toe, right?
Turf toe.
And I never understood that there was a guy in college named Ralph Clark. Shout out to Ralph, because he be watching. He had turf toe for like 2 years, and it just kept him out. And I never understood it. So
it's just one of those nagging things, man. Right? You know what I mean? That, again, you got to give it the proper rest and get it strengthened back to the way it's supposed to. And if you think about, the athlete, and I'll just go down the line with a couple of them. David Flint. If you remember David Flint's year at University of Cincinnati, David Flint had turf toe. All right, and it changed his game, so to speak.
Yeah, he
was not the same. Was not as explosive. He couldn't get off the floor like you want to. If you think about it, that little bounce there that you do as a quarterback, Joe's got to do that. He's got to bounce on that toe. He's got to plant on that toe. He's got to get out of trouble because he's being chased by all the defensive linemen. But he's got to get out of trouble. So he needs that toe to do some of the things. And if you just look at the injury that, and it transpired, look at the movement that he was doing.
Right.
The jumping around. So that toe is needed for those reasons and for that position, man. He needs to be supremely healthy. D'Antonio Wingfield.
Yeah.
Same type of injury, man. Sidelined him for a minute, but as Bearcats are kind of not forced to do, but kind of mentally, we force ourselves through injury. We play through it, not knowing what the residual down the road can be.
Right.
Some of these guys found out. Most notably and most famously, Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders had turf toe. All right, changed his game. You think about the athlete that he is, have to change directions, be quick, be explosive. It's just not happening. So I'm in Speedway on Sunday after it happens, and people were in there a little upset. Obviously, had a few beers for the game. They're just talking about, tape it up and get out there. You're making all this money.
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same, people. Please understand again, this injury.
It's a real injury.
As small as that ligament may be, or that joint may be under that toe, trust me, man, it's something that, again, that as an athlete, a high-level athlete, now, somebody else as an athlete can probably play with this. That's one of those B, C, or actually C, D, E level athletes that don't have to go out there and exert so much. But you're talking about A plus, A level, B level athletes playing at a high level, superstar. It ain't happening. So people, please calm down with your jokes about, your negativity about him. Again, I think, the kid we got to try to keep him out of a dark place. Because again, thinking about how he wanted to start this year off as he did, and was doing the things that he was doing and the plans that he had for this season. Again, he has to be mentally kind of down. So, Joe, obviously, I know you don't listen to our show or anything like that. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? We're getting there. Wish you the best, man. As an athlete myself, and again, as a guy that knows this type of injury and understands it, and understands playing at the level that you want to play at. I kind of feel for you, man, obviously, and wishing you luck in your surgery. Get well soon, things like that.
How long is he out?
What they were talking, it would be probably, a 3-month deal. if he was to get the surgery. I mean, because you're not going to come back during the season after surgery from that type of injury and then be in shape, and all those things, man. So it's just best it's just best to just ride it out, man, for the rest of the year, and not be forced or pushed, back too soon. Right. Because again, this team is still built for championship. They still have the mantra, man. Obviously, Trey in, but Joe being out. And Shamar Stewart, I saw him. Is there an update on him as far as his injury?
Nah, I didn't catch it yet.
He was on crutches as well. So, obviously some misfortunes, bad luck and things like that. But, obviously next man up. Show must go on. Just recapping the game a little bit. Obviously, Jake Browning came in. Shout out to, JB6, as they're saying, around the city. Jake Browning, man, 21 for 32, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. But obviously the 3 INTs stick out to everybody. But I'll just say, with the INT situation, again, being thrusted into the game under the circumstances that he was in,
quarterback
having to change the game plan, so to speak, on the fly. I'll give Browning a pass, man, on that. I give him a big shout out, though, obviously, for being ready to step in such a highly pressured situation, home opener. Things like that, a lot of riding on that, obviously. Fans, wanted to come out and, see a great game and obviously win the game. So he was able to salvage the game for the Bengals. But we just got to pick some things up in some other areas, man. Obviously the running game, we were able to get 47 yards out of Chad Brown, on 16 carries. But Chase is, obviously in rare form. 14 catches, 165 yards and a touchdown. But we need more, man. Obviously, T. Higgins had a few grabs. Yeah. My guy, who I pointed him out in the beginning, man, I'm glad he's doing his thing, getting the opportunity to do it. It's my man, Mitchell Tinsley, the freak. I call him the freak, man. He ain't the other freak that we used to know from the Tennessee Titans. But I'm going to tell you what, man. Tinsley, man, this dude is something else, man. Athlete.
Well, we go see because now they get the game plan for the quarterback.
Right.
So it's gonna be the difference. And then, hopefully the defense does what it does. The defense actually been playing good.
Showed up. Dyke Hill, 8 tackles.
Yeah.
Interception. Jordan Battle, interception. Geno Stone, 7 tackles. Trey Henderson, 1 sack. Got to the quarterback. What you pay him to do, obviously.
Right.
But you wanted to wreck the game a little bit more, which I think he was a factor in some other points in the game as well. But again, you guys got to step up, man. It's the next man up. It's everyone. I think they have the tools to do it, man. I mean, obviously, being tested as they were this past weekend, Trevor Lawrence, man, was slinging that thing around. 24 for 42, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 2 INTs, but those 2 INTs, I think, was not on him. Those were bobbled passes or tip passes, which the Bengals were fortunate to be still playing through the play.
Right.
And that's the thing about playing through the play. It's a tip ball out there, and if you don't keep your momentum running through, you don't get those interceptions, you don't get that pass deflection. So, again, kudos to the Bengals for stepping up on defense. They gave up 400 yards, though, total. 261 passing, 139 on the ground. 6 of 13 on third down conversions for Jacksonville. And the time of possession was 33 minutes. In my eyes, Jacksonville won every statistical category, but they didn't win the game. So to me, the Bengals stole another one, which, hey, you take them out, you can get them. Because no one's complaining at the end of the year when someone's sitting on the couch and someone else is playing in the snow or some cold weather somewhere. So please don't talk about, again, they just squeaked by and they stole this, they stole that. I don't care. I worded it that way for a reason because those were the words that was kind of given about the victory. So again, they did still another one. Next up
is a win, man.
Exactly, a win is a win, man. Next up, Minnesota, obviously who's injury riddled. So there's a great opportunity, man, to go up to Minnesota, put your foot down early in the game, but then early in the season because it puts you definitely, at the top of the league now, undefeated, would be 4-0. They take care of that.
No,
No, 3-0. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm ahead of myself. All right. 3-0.
3-0.
Push at the top of the league. We talked about now, and obviously overcoming Joe Burrow's injury, going out getting this victory, rallying as a group. Signed a couple quarterbacks, Sean Clifford, Mike White. Sean Clifford, obviously, famously, St. X product. I think that's Brippen is still on the roster, but local product, man. So it's exciting to see that, the Bengals have given another local kid, an opportunity, to come in and obviously be home. Right. And, make a difference, in the organization. So shout out to Sean Clifford and all the St. X Bombers for, obviously him getting signed. But again, Minnesota, injury riddled. J.J. McCarthy's out. Carson Wentz is on that quarterback roster, along with Max Brosmer. But most famously, man, Desmond Ridder from the Bearcats has just been signed by the Minnesota Vikings as a backup with the injury that occurred.
So we'll have to see them play in a minute.
Are they up? They coming on
They play
Thursday?
Buffalo.
Oh, so no, it's Miami and Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
Miami and Buffalo. Miami and Buffalo on a Thursday night football game. We're getting ready to view that here. Buffalo's hot, and Miami not. Just it's not hot down there in Miami right now. It's unexpectedly it's hot up in Buffalo, of all places. Around this time of the year. But Miami's just struggling, man. Can't get anything done, man. Tariq is very, very frustrated, and he's showing his frustrations on the football field. And that's just the one thing, man, that brings a lot to, a lot of eyes and a lot of scrutiny and a lot of attention when you have one of your, your best players, one of your star players out there reacting the way he's reacting now. Jefferson was starting to do a little bit of the same thing with J.J. McCarthy up in Minnesota when he missed him a couple times as far as passes. But the first games of the season, man, you can't make your team or your quarterback look that way. You know what I mean? And that's the last thing I hope Mr. Chase, T. Higgins, Tim, any of these guys, man, on this Bengals football squad, I hope they don't mirror those type of actions when it comes to Jake Browning. Because again, it's a fragile situation that this man is in, and he needs all the support that he can get. If you can't have the guys on the field hollering at him, gestures at him, throwing gestures, body language, and all that good stuff. For one, it's not professional, man. For two, you're not playing college football. Right? I mean, I didn't even see that stuff out of the Little League football stuff that we've seen so far. Right. I haven't seen a kid act like that because they didn't get the ball or anything like that. So let's stay professional here in Cincinnati, obviously all the way around with the fandom and obviously on the field. But again, we got Miami and Buffalo coming up. Miami, again, need a win, man, because the AFC is deep. I mean, if they fall behind tonight, could be a tough road going forward because I know the schedule gets a little bit more tougher for them going forward. But Buffalo, man, they got it going up there, man. They're looking good. Josh Allen is on the early run.
Definitely Super Bowl contender.
It's just one of those things, man, when you look up and you just go, man, I'm tired of seeing them. Right. But, you can't do nothing about it because, they got the guys, they got the players, and they do what they need to do, man, to put themselves in position. So we'll check out the highlights of this game, man. We'll get into a little bit of the college football action that's going on here on the other two. We got the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream going on as well, so we'll update you on that.
Yes,
we'll back in a little bit, man, with the We Not Boxing podcast.
Episode 14.
That's what's up. All right, that went bop. Got all the stats in there.
My superpower is probably patience and encouragement. These days, kids are feeling really inadequate. They're not feeling like they have it in them to do something they've never done before. We need to create a place that was hands-on, that was a fun environment, that allowed kids to be creative and allowed kids a safe place to get it wrong. What drives me are those aha moments, those moments where you see the kid, they get it. And I tell you what, I live for that moment. Because when you give them an opportunity to approach it at their level and then add in sprinklings of the challenge, and they've got to kind of race themselves and maybe other students in order to get there, they're tenacious about it. They're excited about it. And when they achieve it, that is the greatest joy. That is what the Cincy STEM Lab is all about. Our job is about helping them build their confidence. It's about making the learning process different, fun, and very approachable. And STEM and science and tech and engineering and math is becoming a lot less scary to them. The problems that we are facing in the 21st century with climate change and access to electricity and energy, these are the jobs that have the money. We have to have all hands on deck for that type of work. And that is what we are here to do, to expose students, no matter how little money you have to how much money you have, how much you think you know and how much you don't know, and to help build their confidence so that they are ready to step out in STEM and say, here I am, this is exactly where I was supposed to be.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Cincinnati in the light tonight. Big booming on the mic. Let it shine bright. November 15th. Yeah. This for the ones who gave it their all. Listen. Yeah.
From the field to the floor, we earned this flow. Every practice, every bruise helped us grow. From bowls and kicks to goals and dreams. Now we step in the light where the spotlight beams. Laced in grace with that urban crown. Young stars from every part of town. Presented by love that believed in our name. On impact and united raised our flame.
This ain't luck, this legacy. We built it strong, now let it be.
From sideline cheers to MVP.
Tonight we stand in victory. On the golden stage we ride. Tears of joy in every eye. From the field to the mic, we claim this pride.
Since the youth we testify.
Dressed in honor, look how far we came. From the struggle to the Hall of Fame. Saturday night, let the city proclaim. We stars now, remember our name. Yeah. To the girls with grace who flipped and flew. And the boys with grit who broke straight through. To the coaches and the parents that stayed in rain. This award's for the hearts that pushed through pain. Cincinnati rules with a It's go time. Cincinnati, we in here. Let's go. November 16, mark the date and ball. Where the future's go. Pass popping, cleats in flight. Youth league stars under Friday night lights. This ain't just a game, it's a showcase. From the west to the east, every squad in place. Reppin' Cincy hard with that hunger in our eyes. On impact raised us, now it's time to rise.
These all-star lights, we were made to shine, shine tonight. Every cheer, every play, feeling right. Cincy kids, hearts full, taking flight.
On the field, in the air, we go high. Cheer girls, lift spirits to the sky.
All-star dreams and our soul, we alive. Let them know this is our time.
prep. Turf burn, sweat drops, but we ain't folding. Legacy builds when the city's holding. Shout out to the coaches, the fams in the stands, to the dancers, the hitters with legendary plans. Unity in motion is more than just play. We the future of the game, we the stars of the day.
And when the lights cut on, we gon' bring it up. From kickoff to the whistle, we stand tall. It's our league, our voice, our call. Cincinnati rise, we never fall. Under these all-star lights, we were made to shine tonight. Every cheer, every play, feeling right.
sir.
Yo, welcome back.
On the field in the air, we go high. Cheer girls, lift me.
The Thursday night football game.
Yes.
In front of us here, we're still gonna get some other updates and stuff like that, but we're just gonna continue on with the show and get into my Cincinnati Bearcats a little bit. As you know, that time is approaching. We're about a good couple weeks out of some good practices starting.
Preseason game.
Preseason this, preseason that, man. It's getting really exciting, man, around town. So, diving into the Bearcat football, obviously they almost got Cats by 90 last week. Man, oh man, they put up 70 points on this team from Northwestern State. Another, just kind of a tune-up, obviously for their Big 12 opener here coming up September 27th against the Kansas Jayhawks, who will be playing in Lawrence, Kansas, in their stadium, man, for the first time in their renovated place. Well, not for the first time they've been there, but they'll be in Lawrence for the first time since 1995. So, wow. Great opportunity, man, for them to be back on campus and things like that. But the Bearcat football team, man, getting a resounding victory. Looking at numbers, obviously Brendan Scoresby went perfect, 15 for 15, and regardless of who you're playing against, man,
That's amazing.
it's still to go perfect. Make it, it's still an achievement. So shout out to Brendan Scoresby. Obviously, he's a high-level quarterback. Get an opportunity to show some of those skills in the last couple games. So this will be a big one again for the Bearcats coming up here against Kansas again. Game will be on TNT, also on True TV as well. You catch that thing on HBO Max as well. I looked at HBO Max, like, you got college football on HBO Max now?
Man, football is on what? On every day. What? Thursday through Sunday? Thursday through Monday.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. But I didn't know that the market, though, had expanded.
Yeah.
Like it had.
A couple years ago.
I mean, these games are everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I mean, every network, every streaming platform, and this and that.
I think it's because of the betting, man. I'm
think so.
Yeah.
More people need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So you follow that.
Fantasy football and all that.
Follow that money.
Yeah, you want to see it. It's so fun. I'm glad that that stadium is being renovated and opening up. My son plays there like in November.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna drive up.
Nice.
It's like 9 hours from here.
All right.
Yeah, me and the kids and family, we will drive up and watch my son play at Oklahoma State.
So Kansas, obviously, they're leading the all-time series 2-1. They haven't played each other like so. 2-1. It'll be 2-2 after September 27th.
Okay, stand on it.
Stand on that, man. I got to roll with my Bearcats.
Right.
And obviously, everybody's making jokes and they're talking about Satterfield's job and this and that, man. But these guys still have a good product, as I spoke about the Bengals.
Right.
Opportunity to compete. They got players. We're gonna pick this thing up as the ball gets to roll into obviously later this month and going into November. Last meeting against the Bearcats, though, in 2023, Kansas Jayhawks were victorious 49-16. So we're definitely looking to change those results into our favor here coming up. But I think again, with what's transpired with the Bearcats numbers, man, looking at again Brendan Scoresby, 253 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's just getting on track. I call that getting on track. You know what I mean? Obviously, the opponent wasn't what everybody wanted to be or needed to be competition-wise. But I think again, when you have those type of games, when you have guys get on track, get their confidence, things like that, the ball can really get to rolling. Got 66 yards out of the backfield from Walker, 6 carries, got a touchdown as well. as I said, it's getting back on track game, man, before conference play. So shout out to the Bearcats, man, almost getting that Cats by 90. All right. Let's try to put some more points up on the board, man, coming up and getting this Big 12, man, and make some noise this year. A lot of close games last year, a lot of one possessions, close to the end of the game.
Try to get over the hump now.
So now it's time to get over that hump.
That's what it is.
So shout out to the Bearcats, man, and good luck to these guys coming up in their next game. All right, moving forward to our other Bearcat basketball entities. We got the women's basketball program, and obviously the men's did some media stuff the last couple weeks, and coaches are talking, very, very good about their products. They're excited about their players. As a fan, again, a former player, athlete, obviously, I'm excited to hear all these good things about it, and it's exciting to be looking forward, to a lot of things. We haven't had a lot to look forward to in the last several years. When it came to things, everything was always so new. So you were looking forward to, obviously, who was the new faces, but all that. But the way these coaches are talking and the way that these teams were built as far as recruiting through the portal this year, it's really different down there. And I can kind of hear, in the coaches' voices, and listen to Coach Katrina Merriweather talk about her basketball team and things like that. She said, obviously, they had opportunity to go over to Italy and get a couple games under their belt internationally.
That's a great experience.
The experience of just being together, and bonding as a group, chemistry-wise and things like that we talked about, in the past show. But she said what she found out is that they're very talented and very versatile. Having different players to go and play different positions and do different things. And most of all, she said they can shoot the basketball. So
I want to see my girl, man. I ain't gonna so Cincinnati's on. Yeah,
so the coach is saying that, they can shoot the basketball. I mean, she must be seeing something, within these workouts, within these early opportunities to play some of these opponents. She's seeing some different things. She said, obviously, the new energy is exciting. She wants to kind of be true to the program as far as the recruiting went. Obviously they're fast-paced and can play half-court basketball, but the focus was on getting scoring. Obviously because in the Big 12, you got to have some scoring to win games. And mentioning a few of these players here, Maya Perry, Reagan Jackson, Callie Barrett, Joya Crawford. This is scoring power on this women's basketball squad this year. Maya Perry was third in three-point percentage last year. All right, finished in the season. So she came in obviously as a transfer through the portal. But to have that addition, again, this is what Coach Merriweather was talking about, the addition of players and athletes who have skill to open up so many other things for so many other players.
That can come in and help instantly.
Right, and can again make everybody else so much better, in the process. So,
and score at the same time.
Right, so to hear these things, from Coach Merriweather, they obviously had, a pretty good campaign last year, but hearing her obviously understand what's needed in the Big 12 is what's cool about watching her take her next steps. Yes. Because she's obviously in tune with what's going on and she's got a hit for the basketball game, and obviously with recruiting and knowing how to recruit is one of the biggest things in college basketball. And Coach Merriweather has done a great job the last couple of years with getting in players of stature, notoriety, and obviously, D. Alexander, who I didn't mention, is that sleeping giant. It's going to be that
versatile,
another versatile athlete that comes in the game. I think as maybe a post player, but yet playing on the perimeter, stretching the floor a little bit. Right, that's exciting. So when you hear about other players like Maya Perry, Reagan Jackson, who can do so much, to open up things for D. Alexander to get an opportunity to get out there and shine a little bit. So again, it's exciting on the women's basketball front, man. They're doing all their team pictures and things like that, preseason stuff. A lot of that stuff's up on social media. So go follow the women's basketball program at Go Bearcats Women Basketball on all social fronts, man. It's going to be pretty cool to check out this season, and I'm excited again to get down there and view some of this action from the ladies. So shout out to the ladies women's basketball squad. Coach Merriweather, keep doing the job. The other things that she talked about, man, is what made this good was having the coaches, the help around her that understood the game, understood the plan, loved being in the gym, or just loved doing the job. And you cannot be a successful coach, I don't care at what level, if you don't have the people around you that's willing to stay the extra hours and do all the extra dirty work. And
watching film, breaking down, cutting film.
Right, all those things, man,
behind the scenes, calorie
that make a program. If you don't have those people with it, your program is not going to be as successful. So shout out again to Coach Merriweather for bringing in the staff that she's brought in. But shout out to the staff for their buy-in. All right, that's the last thing that she talked about as far as their players, the players that bought in to the program and bought into the system and what she's trying to implement. So with all that being said, man, it sounds like a lot of good things are going on the home front with the women's Cincinnati basketball team. I encourage people to get down there to the arena this season. Let's fill it for Coach Merriweather and these young ladies who work so hard. It's a big time level, man. We're in the Big 12. We play some heavy action down there in Clifton, man. So it's kind of cool to have that going on. So make sure if you can get down there and see the ladies.
And tour the campus.
Oh,
Can't be out of it.
that's funny. You got some things going on. Obviously, Parents Weekend coming up here. So homecoming. I'm not sure if Parents Weekend is before homecoming or what, but you got both of those things coming up. So the campus is going to be jumping. You got some home games that's going to be coming up. That's going to be noteworthy as well. So get on down to campus as well, man, and check out the local scene because our university, man, looks beautiful down there, man. We need to try to make sure we take care of that, man. Right. Make sure that's around for a while. All right. But moving on to my men's basketball squad, the tip-off basketball dinner to kind of start the season is coming up this October. Tickets are already on sale for this event, October 14th. I've been the last couple of years, man. It's been a great time to get out there. And, it was like walking through a museum. Yeah. To be totally honest, man. When I actually thought back about last year's experience being there and seeing so many players from so many different generations. Guys came back, man, from the 60s. It was loaded up in there, all the way up into the recent players of 2022 maybe, or 23.
Paying respect to the alma mater.
And it's cool, man. Man, that stage was full of guys, man. So again, as I'm looking around, man, walking around and shaking hands, giving daps, and, telling guys, oh, man, I wish I had an opportunity to run up and down with you. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool to kind of see the faces, man, because again, it's like walking through a museum of some sort, man. I'm just going to say, man, we've had some unbelievable men come through. Actually, unbelievable young men come through the University of Cincinnati. And now seeing them, we have some great men, that came through our program and is representing our brand in a different light as grown-ups in their own profession, in their own light. So if you can't get a ticket to that, I think it's kind of took over the whole Midnight Madness thing. Because around that October 14th, 13th time, something like that, I can remember Midnight Madness around that time, man. That was
really happened no more.
That was just one of those events, though, man, that
college to high school,
that's something that I really pledge, man, for that thing to really be brought back, man, because we have for one, we got the base, okay, to do it. So many people that I see and ask about it, like, yo, whatever happened to that? Let's get that back. But we have the things to kind of show off, so to speak. Because that's what Midnight Madness is about. Midnight Madness is about showing off. Okay? It's your first practice. They showed off the three-point threats. They showed off your dunk threats. You know what I mean? You scrimmaged, and they showed your team whatever threat it was going to be. But it was one of those nights, man, where it was just kind of a display put on. We used to have a former player alumni scrimmage, at the University of Cincinnati that took place during Midnight Madness. They obviously previewed the girls' program. They had their scrimmages. They had their things going on. I think we have the entity now with the new athletic facility on that campus and obviously the remake of the arena. And then, obviously looking at our product now, man. We have some kids and we got some athletes that we can put on display. And I think, can bring a little bit of oomph back to what used to be. You know what I mean? On UC campus, man. These new age kids, I'm gonna tell you what, these new age kids, I mean, we thought we had some rowdy kids when we went to school. But these new age kids are so creative and so rowdy. I couldn't imagine the madness going on down there right now with these kids that's on campus right now. I mean, it would be so socially out of control, you know what I mean, but a good way. Right. Because the kids will take it to another level. Especially social media. You know what I mean? They will take this thing and skyrocket it, man. So Coach Wes Miller, you know, Mr. Cunningham, if you're listening, whoever down there, if you check into our podcast, if you listening to me, Melvin, Levett, on social media, let's get Midnight Madness back here in the next couple of years, all right? We got the Jordan Graham back. Everybody needs to see our new duds. We can preview the football program as well. Actually, we used to do that. We would bring the football team out as well. Yeah. Football team will be brought out. They'll be announced. So again, it's a display, man. And I think, again, our university has got all of that to be on display. So let's get back into doing some stuff like that. We enjoy the tip-off dinner. Tip-off dinner is great, all right? Fran Fraschilla will be the keynote speaker this year, obviously, for what I'm thinking, to get everybody up to speed on the European talent that the University of Cincinnati has on their roster. Yeah. Fran Fraschilla is a guru of international basketball. So he's going to tell you what everybody needs to know about, you know, our European roster, man, and our makeup of international superstars that we got that play at a pro level, okay, in their countries. They play at a pro level, okay? Pro level, okay? So it's important to understand the skill makeup that they're bringing this year to this basketball team, and it's overwhelmingly exciting, man. I'm seeing some of these clips from some of these practices, and it's Lob City. Guys are just finishing at the rim. Point guards are getting the ball to where they're supposed to get it to, and dumping it off or tossing it up. And if you think about our front court, it should be Lob City. All right, we don't want to take nobody's name. I got to come up with a different name because I'm really creative. I don't like to really follow the trends a lot, so I'm gonna try to think of something original for our live action. But it should be that. We got guys that finish at the rim. You know, Baba Miller off the dribble, finishing at the basket, 6'10", 6'11". This stuff is scary. I mean, it's actually scary when you look at the positions, the makeup of the basketball team. When we talk about things being made easier for other basketball players to become effective and show their skill level. And again, Mustafa's going to open up that middle. Krista's going to open up that outside, all right, as well as Alexander. Keyshawn, they going to break people down, okay? And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun, all right? So I advise y'all to jump on this bandwagon, all right, if you all jumped off. You shouldn't have to jump back on because you should have just still been there as a Bearcat for life. You know what I'm saying? You see me still. It ain't going nowhere. I need to get a touch-up. If you're watching the show, I need a touch-up on my Bearcat. All right, it's getting a little old. All right, it's getting a little bit larger though because these guns, you know, they're still out there, you know. But I need to touch up on this Bearcat for this upcoming season. If you're listening, shout out to whoever is gonna do it. All right, I'm there. Let me know, and let's get together on that and make this artwork, you know, pop back out again. But again, the men's basketball program, Kenyon Martin is going to be a special guest at this year's event. So a lot of you fans of Kmart, be a good opportunity for you to come down and see them in a different light. But it's a good chance to come down and see a whole bunch of Bearcats, man, that you haven't seen in a while, possibly. Some of your favorite players, you know, bring back some of the memories and get you some autographs, and they have an auction, you know, all that good stuff, man. So looking forward to it. Hopefully, I get an invite. Yeah. Okay, we back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that pause was there because they need to know that I need to get that invite. All right, for the third year. All right, get Melvin Levett on that list. All right, come on now. Should have been a special guest myself, but we ain't gonna get into all that. Non-conference schedule has been announced for the men's basketball team. And one thing that people talked about, obviously, in the last couple of years is the scheduling of the basketball program and not being as strong as you would like to see it. It's like, man, how much stronger would you like to see it? They're in the Big 12. There's a strong opponent each night. You know what I mean? How many more stronger opponents do you really want to see throughout your season? But at the same time, kind of like what the Michigan State Wolverines kind of do with their schedule. They kind of get themselves ready for an NCAA tournament and that run. They schedule up, man. And you got to do that. You know, high school teams, they do the same thing now. They schedule up, schedule up, schedule up. So again, they're ready for that action when it comes time state playoffs. So just to delve into it a little bit on a non-conference level, Western Carolina, they have Georgia State. Most notably on November 11th, they have the Dayton Flyers. Okay, followed up on the 16th by Mount St. Mary's. Now, if you're not sure who Mount St. Mary's is, you don't stay up late enough at night. All right, that's one of those late games that you'll catch, you know, out there in the West Coast time. You know what I mean? But that's one of those teams that you have to pay attention to because they're NCAA ready. They're NCAA tournament ready each year. All right, have an opportunity playing out there in that league with Gonzaga, so they're playing against good competition. So it's going to be a good opponent for the Bearcats 5 days after local game against the Dayton Flyers. Moving on to the Louisville Cardinals on November 21st. All right, another big time non-conference game, a conference, not conference game, but a non-conference opponent, a rivalry, so to speak, renewed. Used to go down with us and the Cardinals big time. So that game is definitely going to be one that sticks out in a lot of people's minds, just as far as, again, the hoopla. And then at the end of the year, because Louisville's been competing. Coach Kelsey's got those guys up there doing their thing. So you got a turnaround going, and it should be a pretty good basketball game. Formerly NJIT, Paul McMillan. We got them coming. I think they're coming here. We have Eastern Michigan as well. Xavier, December 5th. All right. And then right after that on the 13th, we have the Georgia Bulldogs. All right. So 2 games again, right after each other, non-conference wise, man. It's going to test the Bearcats, but at the same time, bolster them before going into conference play. All right. Right after that, they have Alabama State. And on December 21st, right before Christmas, which I think hopefully is a Christmas present to everybody, they take on the University of Clemson. All right, which will be another big-time opponent who should fare well this basketball season and should produce a pretty good outing for the Bearcats. So, looking at that slate, man, before you get actually into Big 12 play, you know, it's one that's exciting if you're a basketball player. You get an opportunity to play against a variety of styles and good talent and things like that. But you know, if you're a fan, you're a coach, you're a little bit worried because you're like, man, you know, did we load up a little bit too much and then we put too much on? And you know, is it, you know, the regimen or whatever, back-to-back non-conference opponents? But again, man, we wouldn't do it if we couldn't do it. All right, and we're built very differently this year. Again, looked at this roster, man. If you look at the makeup, if you look at the positions, if you look at the bodies, the extremities of the bodies, all right, these long arms and these shoulders on these guys, man, it's going to change a whole lot when it comes down to what it really comes down to, which is getting the bucket. All right, basketball comes down to getting a bucket. At the end of the day, and when you need one, you got to have people that can get one. And the University of Cincinnati has got several. All right, Sean Abaya, you're gonna see. All right, and that was just one guy I didn't mention at all in talking about the others. But again, man, we got some high-level athletes. You should get excited about what's getting ready to take place down there in Clifton. Again, I'm excited about it. It's going to be some really good action, man. There's going to be some things that take place down there that's going to be shocking to some folks. It's going to be some things that take place that, you know, unexpected, okay? But it's all going to be on the positive front. And getting into the last guard that they just signed from Brazil, is Lucas Atari, all right? Another international basketball player with pro experience, man. So West is loaded up differently, but like I said, they're built totally differently. And I don't mean that because, I'm not saying that because of the term that's being used, we different. Everybody's saying that we're different. I'm saying that they're built differently this year. They're built differently because of how the roster makeup is made. And again, if you just
So what's your early predictions on them?
my early prediction, man, is they're doing what they got to do. I don't know about, you know, all this other stuff and what they really talking about in the news. But I know what I'm talking about right here. I'm looking for my Bearcats to be finishing right there where they need to be in the end. Now, you take care of your business early, you're going to be there in the end late. All right? So that's all we got to do is just make sure we do what we got to do. All right? Now, Big 12 wise, I'm looking forward to us finishing top 5 at least. If we can't even sneak in there to get top 3. Now, I know that's lofty, and I know you're going, oh, Mel, you just talking because you're a former player, you're talking with your heart and things like that. I talk with my soul. What you talking about? I don't talk with my heart. I talk with my soul. So you need to hear me from all the way down in here. You see where this helicopter jumping from? You see where that logo is jumping from? He's jumping from down here and he's coming all the way up. All right, so I need you to understand me when I say Bearcats on the come up. Period. We'll be back. We'll be back Boxing Podcast, boy. He's good.
Well, we got time.
30 minutes left, yeah.
All right.
Welcome to Unimpact Recruiting Services, where we offer all sports, player profiles, personal training, ACT, SAT prep, college tours, sports evaluations, social media, college contacts, and more. Contact CEO Dante Payne at 513-602-7289 or visit the website. We are here to boost your exposure as a student athlete.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Cincinnati in the light tonight. Big booming on the mic. Let it shine bright. November 15th. Yeah. This for the ones who gave it their all. Listen. Yeah.
From the field to the floor, we earned this flow. Every practice, every bruise helped us grow. From bowls and kicks to goals and dreams. Now we step in the light where the spotlight beams. Laced in grace with that urban crown. Young stars from every part of town. Presented by love that believed in our name. On impact and united raised our flame.
This ain't luck, this legacy. We built it strong, now let it be.
From sideline cheers to MVP.
Tonight we stand in victory. On the golden stage we ride. Tears of joy in every eye. From the field to the mic, we claim this pride.
Since the youth we
Yeah. To the girls with grace who flipped and flew, and the boys with grit who broke straight through. To the coaches and the parents that stayed in rain, this awards for the hearts that pushed through pain. Cincinnati rules with a skyline dream. Every hustle, every chant built this team. Big boom and got the
Take the sound off.
Don't say. You don't get no. Tough fun game. Damn. It's gotta be more games.
I mean, you got.
So what'd you say you were doing?
I'm doing McNick versus Purcell.
Is that the game of the week?
For me,
One impact game of the week.
and North College Hill and West High. We my two games left. Oh, you got a Withrow on LaSalle. That's gonna be a good one. At LaSalle. Withrow on the field. You got a Tab and I think Marshall Tab will beat them by 100.
Who fuck, we got nothing. Oh yeah, no, I'm saying it was one more thing I needed to write down though. Damn. All right.
Shout out to my little cousin. Corbin, shout out. Walt, I see y'all checking in.
7-7 on the football game. You got a WNBA score?
Nope, I don't see it. Yeah. College game, it was at Rice and Charlotte. It's at 7-6. Don't forget, y'all can book us for game of the week. The information is up on the screen. We'll come do the podcast live for the pregame and do the play-by-play. We back.
Happy y'all stay with us. Get into this final segment of the We Not Boxing podcast here. You know, we got the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills here playing. Game's tied here, 7-7. We're still waiting to get this TV changed in here on this Indiana Fever, Atlanta Dream basketball game. WNBA playoff game. But just jumping back in real quick, man, just to finish out with the Bearcats. Wes Miller, his interview, again, just talking about his players, man. Excited about his guys. Obviously, the shakeup with Jizzle James was one thing that, you know, obviously was on a lot of people's minds and wanting to know what was next. And looks like they're just moving forward, you know, with their roster and with the guys that they have. So, in seeing that, Day Thomas obviously is their soul, heartbeat of their basketball team, so to speak. Will be one guy that has a lot of experience here, 3-year guy. A couple years in the Big 12, so that's going to definitely help the newcomers. But again, guys are moving forward, man, with Day, Kirk Christian, Keyshawn Tiller in the backcourt, and as I mentioned, the guard that just signed from Brazil, Lucas Artori. All right, so that's going to solidify the backcourt for the Bearcats during the season. One thing Coach Wes Miller said, he's enjoyed them, meaning he's enjoyed these new group of guys that he's got an opportunity to put together for this year's basketball campaign. He said, I really genuinely enjoyed the time on the court with this group. He said, like anything else, you got to find your why. He said, my why is how much I enjoy just walking out onto the basketball court every day and doing what he loves to do. And that's what it's all about, man. There's a why in everything. You know what I mean? And you gotta kind of find out what that why is. Your why can change in that situation. It can change to different things, but you gotta have a why, period. You know, in what you're doing. And hearing Coach Miller talk about his guys and his fashion, obviously, he's very positive on his outlook for this season and this group. But again, hearing him say how much he enjoys the process. You know, again, you don't hear coaches really talk about
The process.
you know, the process and getting out there and doing what they're doing every day. And again, it's grueling, man. It's not easy. And dealing with some of the outside pressures again as well. When it comes to wins and losses, marketing this, you know, that, all that stuff. It's a crazy situation.
Still playing the game.
But again, to still be as, you know, vibrant and excited about it. I know he's still young and things like that, but this game can take a toll on you, man. And it can, you know, age you real fast. And for what he's been through the last couple of years here at the University of Cincinnati, with trying to build things and going through some of the turmoil that he's went through with some fans and then some of the off the court things, obviously with the transport portal and all that stuff, he's still been able to maintain a great attitude about the job and what he's representing. And to us as former players, what I've seen, he's been, you know, nothing but A1 class. So I appreciate it, you know, obviously as a former player, but it's cool to hear and, you know that we have a coach, man, that's still excited about what's going on and what's going to happen. So hearing them talk about these guys, man, again, it makes me a little bit more excited about the product that's going to get put out there, man. It's only going to get better. September. You know what I mean?
Right around the corner.
It's September, so, you know, things are going to get so much better. It's going to get so more exciting, man. But again, to hear these things early is really cool. Really quick, diving into our Cincinnati Reds, man. We got to you guys on the Reds like our last podcast. We were here. We were really into the race, really into the run. People kind of counted them out, but don't look now.
Right there.
Right back in love again. Right
there.
Cincinnati Reds fans are right back in love again with this team, man. Again, that's why you should be careful, man. You should just ride the wave, man, because now you've got to pick your face up, you know what I mean, and kind of get back on the train. And, you know, hopefully you have your seat still. But no, the Reds are back, man. They've got an opportunity, man. You know, the percentage is 10 to 30% for them to make the playoffs. All right, I don't look at those type of percentages, you know, and put any vest in any stock in it. It's just something that's out there and people talk about, man. As athletes, man, we worried about going out and play the game.
Right.
All right, and that's what matters the most, the game. And in the last 10 games, the Reds have handled business. They obviously took care of the Mets, 2 games. The Padres, 3 games.
That was big.
Oakland A's is where that stump happened, man. They gave those 3 games back. They gave 0-3 out there on the West Coast. We'll come back, man, with the St. Louis series here that just ended and get 2 games out of that one. So again, man, put themselves right back in position. They're 76-76, 500 at this point in the season, man. Still, again, is what you want to see.
Right.
You want to see them on that plus side or at that even side. So
October.
Still got that in our favor going. Series coming up here, man, against the dreaded Cubs. I call them the Cubs, but the Cubs gonna be tough. The Cubs are always a baseball team, man, that always play good baseball. I'm not sure how they're doing, proverbially with their record. I'm thinking they're right there in this race as well. But again, man, it's going to be a big series for the Cincinnati Reds these next 3, and hopefully, again, man, they can kind of get that ball rolling as far as some momentum, get some hits, you know, get some guys in and run a scoring position, man. Ellie can kind of do some things defensively out there, man, and kind of spark some things, man. And, you know, with that pitching staff, it's all going to fall on them. You know, at the end of the day, you got to have that pitching, got to have guys to come in, close, finish, all that good stuff, even start the games or even come in and relieve. So looking forward to seeing what Coach Francona, man, down the stretch, what he does. He's worked some late season magic in some of the other places that he's been. So let's see if that can, again, translate into Cincinnati.
Definitely got the experiences of magic.
Man, the players, man, the guys are hungry. This is a resilient group of guys that's playing this game, man, and again, you can't count them out because they have the heart for it. And you see it. That's what you can see. You can see that these guys play with it on their arms.
As absolutely, we know anyway. If you done threw in a towel, we know.
Right.
We know.
There's a certain,
they haven't thrown a towel.
There's a certain body language that goes on when it comes to that type of.
They're not waving a terrible towel.
No, they're not waving that towel, man. They're not waving the towel. So again, keep the faith, man, in the Cincinnati Reds, man, and making that late push. And we'll see what happens here next with this Chicago series. But I think they're 2.5, 3.5 back now. Yeah. The Mets or something like that. But they're right there, man. All right. High school football, obviously it's heating up. We're week 5 now, and it's moving fast. Halfway through, man. Like I said, you get to about week 5, week 6. It's basketball season now. It's time to start having an open gym and all that good stuff. But pretty good slate of football games this weekend coming up, man. Obviously started off with 2 on Impact's high school football games of the week.
Yes.
We have McNick versus Purcell.
Yes.
And then we're going to have West High versus North College Hill.
Yes.
So if you are part of any of those schools, you can look forward to On Impact Recruiting Services being there, doing what we do, putting on for the kids, putting the spotlight on the programs and the kids and the coaches and things like that, trying to bring you one of the best live streams that's going when it comes to high school sports here in Cincinnati.
Right, and I can say the North College Hill and Western Hills game, we want to add that onto the Instagram page also. So that's gonna be nice.
That's something different.
Yes,
that'll be a different scene. I heard you talking about wanting to start streaming on a couple of different platforms. But,
yes,
obviously getting that hook up on Instagram for some of the viewers to be able to tap in. That'd be pretty cool. It's a different shot for
us. We get a lot of views.
Cool
stuff on Instagram. So we're going to start doing more games on Instagram also, as well as Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Kick, LinkedIn.
Bringing it to you.
Yeah.
Bringing it to you.
YouTube, definitely. So tap in. And my chat room is always open. The chat room is always open for y'all to interact with, especially as we're doing commentary and play-by-play. My boy Jeff Triggs is always on there. Because remember, I made the wrong call at the Wayne Woods game.
Well, we were asking about that because again, we had thought they were going to get a fresh set of downs with that pass, that interference call down there underneath, down there in the goal line situation. But he was quickly there to kind of
correct us. I was like, that hurt the game.
That was the game.
Yeah,
I mean, like, seriously, I mean, like, if Turpin get 4 downs on the one, they score. They score, man. And
9 times out of 10 they score.
We're going to go to some overtime action, unless they have something up their sleeve for a 2-point conversion, or whatever. But if they got 4 extra downs to try to get that ball 1 yard, with that running scheme that they had going to get it to that 1 yard line, they would have got that ball across. So shout out to Jeff, man, on the correction of the rule. We encourage people who are listening to the show to tap into us, man. If we, if we're off about something, or if we may be searching in the air, and you can see us searching in our brain for that piece of information, go ahead and drop that inside the chat, man, inside the reply, man, and we'll greatly appreciate it. And we'll shout you out as well at the same time.
Right.
Big GCL matchup game, man, this weekend, obviously, with St. X and Motor. We talked about it a little bit in the preview. Steve Speck, all-time winningest coach now here at St. X. Shout out to Coach Speck, who's been around, obviously, Cincinnati for many years, but he's very respected amongst high school football with other coaches, and then obviously amongst his players and athletes. So all-time winningest coach, taking his 4-0 team against the 3-1 Moeller Crusaders, man. And again, you talk about matchups.
I got Moeller in this one.
It's going to be close, obviously. It will not be a 2-touchdown affair or anything like that. I'm thinking 4 points close. 4 points, 4 to 5 points, maybe even 3, because the kicking game. Both of those teams probably got a good kicking game.
Yeah.
So let's say 3 points.
Okay.
All right, I'll go 3 points.
But who are you picking, though?
I'm going to go 3 points, Moeller.
Yeah, I got Moeller also.
And I'm not just doing that
because
up
front, Moeller is going to be the better dominant team on offense and defense.
Okay. They play a really nice pro style of offense. Yeah. They really,
Them boys tough.
throw the ball around, man. They run it. They do all those good things. I'm not just saying that though because I'm connected with a couple people from Boulder. I have a couple athletes that I work with. Right. Just seeing that, again, as you just talked about, difference is going to be, I think, in that offense, man. I mean, the defense is going to step up big time and get that way for them. Got Anderson and Kings, which should be a good one. Is that an ECC matchup? ECC, yes. Got Anderson and Kings. We got Northwest and Woodward. Withrow taking their 4-0 record. Right? Is it 4-0? Taking their 4-0 record and those Chris Henry Jr. cliques over to LaSalle for a big matchup. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Withrow runs through them.
Really?
Yeah, Withrow.
At LaSalle?
At LaSalle.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Dante threw one out
there. I tried to get in there to stream that game. That was really one of my game of the weeks, but they already had their own service.
Okay.
I understand.
Oh, yeah, and getting back to, James Minor, coach, defensive coordinator down at Hughes. All right, we were supposed to get out there and live stream our last game. We wasn't able to get that because of what Dante just said. We're not allowed to come and kind of overstep, so to speak.
Yes.
A entity that's already established.
Already has their own
streaming and stuff like. If you got your own service, we can't step over those boundaries. So we apologize to Coach Minor, Coach Engelman, those guys down at Hughes for not being able to get to their game last week and stream that for them. But we look forward to having you guys on the show next week, though, to let us know how things are going. But in the end here, man, as we're winding things down, Adrian Broner, do you know when this fight is?
It's sometime in October, or November. It's coming up soon within 60 days.
So he is fighting.
Yeah, he's fighting. He's fighting down in Oklahoma.
So, do you think with everything that goes on, you know what I mean? There's an event before it happens.
That was the event.
Cardi B. All right, everybody that's got a new album, they doing something. Drake. Kendrick. Right? Any entity that's got something coming out, there's an event that takes place before it that brings attention to what's being done. So, do you think those were antics that took place with Cam?
Nah, that was real.
On that show?
That was
You think that was real?
That was real.
Because again, man, you can't be too careful about it. I mean, marketing is what it is for some of these guys. You look at Jim Jones now. Jim Jones got online and told you, what he's doing. And he's getting more views because of it. Smart man.
You can tell that though. But behind the scenes, Jim Jones is a marketing genius. People don't realize he did a lot of those Dipset videos. He was the director. He wasn't always the rapper.
But he's speaking in the sense of when I talk crazy.
Right, yeah.
When I talk crazy, I'm back online.
Right.
And my views is up. And he's saying everybody's falling for it.
Yeah.
So it's a scheme to me.
Yeah.
It's a plan of action. So do you think these guys are following suit when it comes to plans of action? And okay, let's get this guy up out of the show. Because I really didn't expect that out of Cam. I mean, I know it got to a degree, it got to a certain point where it got to be a little bit bothersome. All right, and you're trying to run a show, you're trying to do things. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think he would actually get to that point where.
But I can see that because Cam probably, know the guy. And they probably from New York. So at the end of the day, New York will stick with New York.
That's true. I mean, I'm not, going against what he did.
Right.
I'm just trying to understand it from, again, everything now is AI. Everything I look at on TV or on the computer screen, I can't tell whether it's fake or not. I can't understand whether if it's being set up, to look a certain way. So I have to question again most of these things that I see now.
Right.
When these things happen, because again, it's kind of unexpected, but we are in an unexpected time. We're living in a very, very different time. So, things are going to take place and things are going to happen that you pretty much don't understand.
Right. That wasn't staged.
That wasn't staged.
Nah.
Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to get to the bottom of.
As a man, that would be embarrassing.
Okay.
That wasn't staged. And not saying I know Killer Cam personally, but, we done did business together, especially when he used to come to Cincinnati out and I Dipset Sundays at the Ritz.
Okay.
Like, he's really a no-nonsense guy. Like, the podcast is really, I'm shocked that he's doing that. Like, he's not.
That's not his wheelhouse.
Nah, he's really a personal type business guy.
Okay.
So him opening up and doing his podcast is different. So like, he warned him once, twice, 4 times, 5 times. And AB just couldn't stop. I was like,
And that's why again I couldn't understand like where AB was coming from because again he said it once, he said it twice.
But I mean, AB there from Cincinnati
He
too.
said it 3 times, right? He wild boy.
Like, man, like, whatever. I'm gonna keep saying what I want to say.
Right, figuring that Cam wouldn't pull that plug. But again, man, for Cam to pull the move that he pulled and did say, I'm gonna give you the money
Anyway,
that I said
but
that I'm
Cam
gonna
left
give
for
you anyway.
Cincinnati though.
You know what I mean? So he laced him the right way and things like that. But again, it was just kind of one of those weird scenes where you're kind of like left like.
And this how you know it was real.
Did that really happen?
This how you know it was real.
Wait a minute, they coming back on here. That was
Nah. This how you really know it was real. Mace ain't say nothing.
You know what? I don't remember him talking at all.
Mace ain't say nothing.
He usually got things to say.
Yeah.
He usually got a cackle.
Yeah.
He's usually laughing about something.
He knew Cam was for real.
Ah, okay.
And that's Cam's show really.
Business is business.
Yeah.
Like we're about business.
Like I remember being in New York a couple of years ago. I think it was during COVID. When I was at when Dipset battled Locks. Like,
for the
virtual.
Yeah,
I was in New York then, and that show almost didn't happen if Swiss Beats and Timbaland didn't get the money right. That's why Cam came on stage later.
Oh,
It wasn't gonna happen. Because if you look at the versus battle, Cam really didn't rap with the Dipset at first. He was laid back in the lawn chair. And so his man came and said, all right, everything's cool.
The money good.
Then Cam got up. Then Cam started doing his songs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm cool with
That's something to go back and take a look at. If you're a viewer, you know what I mean? If you into the rap music, you were into the versus battles, which were unbelievable. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool story, man. To
like I know his manager, so like we always like talking and kicking it.
Okay.
And I was even to myself, I was wondering why, like, man, what's going on? And that's why Jada came out and said, Cam, you from New York, boy, you live in Miami. And that's when they dropped the beat.
Oh, now we understand this.
That's why all that came
to this dude. I told you, we're doing different things
I just
over
make sure,
here
man, I don't be saying
at this On Impact Recruiting Services. You know, he's a part of a lot. So when he said he was there, he was there. But that's interesting to get backstory. There's always, a backstory to every event.
Yeah.
And watching that, you never knew that was the issue, obviously, was the bread and Cam's good old business about getting that money right, or I ain't gonna get this mic tight.
Right, he wasn't gonna say nothing. That's why he was chilling.
That's what's up. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna have to go back.
But he ain't come on to about like 5 songs.
About
5 songs. Remember, man, Cam had all the hits.
True.
Yeah.
True. Glad he did come in at some point because they were getting buried.
They still got buried with him. Jada done got too many hits, man. Like they feature hits was live, man. And they still left a lot out.
That's true too, man. They did a lot for other artists as well, man. So that there wasn't probably went in too well.
It didn't end well.
For them saying. Actually, it didn't end well. After that, man, it ain't been well.
Nah.
Like after that versus battle, it ain't been well for Dipset, man. Obviously Cam went this way and Jules went.
Cause look, they actually messed it up.
The other way.
Just even talking about
Jim Jones is.
They messed it up even more because for real, how the setup was supposed to be, they were supposed to go on tour, then come back with the verses.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they was supposed to polish some stuff.
They were supposed to go on tour together, and then ended in New York in MSG with the verses.
Wow, nice. Well, that's a nice piece of information for you, man, to kind of end tonight's episode of the podcast. Again, we're going to be every Thursday now. 7 to 9, leading up into the basketball season and the winter portion of the NFL season. Hopefully you guys stick around. Let's keep getting those views up, share the podcast, share your links, things like that. Again, we're going to be jumping onto some different entities as far as Instagram, maybe even TikTok to kind of spread this word about the podcast as well, kind of open up our doors a little bit more to some other things. But again, we're available to come out and stream any high school sporting event that you may have. We also can do a couple, personal events if you want some things done on a personal level. I'm Melvin Levett.
I'm Dante Payne. Hey, I just remembered, we're also at Mount Healthy this weekend for the youth football games. Mount Healthy, I think it's the Raven Bucks.
Okay.
Zone 15, it was at Addison, and I think the little Senators are off. It's somebody else that's playing. And then after that, I'm doing the Clark versus, I forgot who they playing in soccer. Okay. At Withrow.
Okay.
Clark playing somebody. I think it's the Paul Christian Ray in soccer. I think that's what it is.
But knowing that last slate of Little League football games that were done, this weekend should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It should be some good action. Should be a lot of fun.
I hope the Bengals can bounce back.
Get those. Oh yeah, definitely, man. You got that. You got the Bengals action coming up, man. Let's get a win. Again, stay on top, man. Stay on top of the local action, which is high school entities and your pro entities as well. The Reds, again, starting that series tomorrow. Very important against the Chicago Cubs. But again, thank you for joining us. Again, it's cool to be back. We took a couple weeks off to kind of get things refueled and retooled, but we're ready to go. Shout out to our sponsors, obviously, On Impact Recruiting Services.
Yes.
Potty Water, who's always looking out for us. Goodies Restaurant.
Park
Place, big time. You know what I mean? Letting us obviously be here first and foremost. So, again, shout out to everybody that's involved with this, helping us move this thing. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Cincinnati in the light tonight. Big booming on the mic. Let it shine bright. November 15th. Yeah. This for the ones who gave it their all. Pussy. Yeah.
From the field to the floor, we earned this glow. Every practice, every bruise helped us grow. From bows and kicks to goals and dreams. Now we step in the light where the spotlight beams. Laced in grace with that urban crown. Young stars from every part of town. Presented by love that believed in our name. On Impact and United raised our flame.
This ain't luck, this legacy. We built it strong, now let it be.
From sideline cheers to MVP.
Tonight we stand in victory. On the golden stage we ride. Tears of joy in every eye. From the field to the mic, we claim this pride.
Since the youth we testify.
Dressed in honor, look how far we came. From the struggle to the Hall of Fame. Saturday night, let the city proclaim. We stars now, remember our name. Yeah. To the girls with grace who flipped and flew. And the boys with grit who broke straight through. To the coaches and the parents that stayed in rain. This award's for the hearts that pushed through pain. Cincinnati rules.